Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to take you through a workday in my life. I work as a clinical research coordinator for COVID-19 studies at an academic institution. If you are a pre-med watching this, a clinical research position is a great job to get into because it allows you to get clinical and research experience in one position. This helped me stand out in my application and gave me a lot of stories to talk about during my interviews with physicians for medical school. It's actually a bit of a story of how I was able to get this job in the first place, and if you haven't already, after watching this video, I suggest that you check out my old video about how I got this role. This is a day in my life. My day starts early in the morning around 8 a.m. I use the first 15 to 20 minutes of my shift to eat breakfast and go through unopened emails that seem to stack up no matter how many times I check. For breakfast today, I had oatmeal with banana slices in it. I try to eat before I go to work, but some days are harder than others. I learned to accept that, but still try to get that bit of food energy in my system. During this time, I am also checking the track board through our EMR to see if any new patients have came into the hospital that may be eligible for our various studies. But if they have COVID-19, then they are pretty much eligible for some form of our study. I then get in contact with their attending to see if they have any concerns about approaching. If a patient doesn't seem like they can consent for themselves, maybe they seem confused, have an altered mental status, or are placed on a ventilator, which is very common with COVID-19 patients, this is when I would reach out to their emergency contact and consent them that way. Sometimes it works. Good. My name is Olamide. I wanted to talk to you about a couple of research studies that he's eligible for. Is now a good time to speak to you? I'm part of the COVID-19 research team. Sometimes I get no answer. Once I have a list of people to approach, I grab my gear, which includes this red box filled with all of the supplies I need. This box is normally filled with consent forms and kits needed to draw blood, collect respiratory swabs, and other things that we would ask to collect from participants. The other thing is a PAPR. Since I am mainly entering COVID-19 patient rooms, it is very important that I'm geared up and protected when entering the rooms to avoid spreading the virus. And honestly, I love wearing this PAPR hood because I just feel like an astronaut and I feel really cool. I can't bring you into the patient rooms, of course, because of HIPAA, but this is where I would start to enroll patients, and it's a cool part of my day because I'm just talking and chatting to patients, and I feel like I meet various groups of people during this time. After I finish consenting and enrolling patients, I make sure I wipe down everything that I brought in with sanitation wipes before I go back into the office. Next is the paperwork and charting. Paperwork is probably the most tedious part of my job, but it is important to track everything since you are dealing with the care of patients. But at the same time, I can't help but wonder if there are more efficient ways to do this. By this point, I am very hungry and I decide to treat myself with a Philly cheesesteak from Charlie's, my favorite. Once I finish eating and reach a comfortable state of homeostasis, I chat with my fellow coworkers about various things. But 9 times out of 10, we end up talking about medical school applications since most of us are either finishing, in the middle, or starting this grueling process of wanting to become physicians. Keep us in your prayers. I then finish up any work I have left and get ready to start the next part of my day, processing the samples I collected earlier in the day. I enjoy processing because it gives me a chance to listen to music or podcasts, and for some reason I just feel a little bit more at peace since it is like the end of my day. It's like a nice wind down session. The way this part works is I run these samples that I collect through a centrifuge and pipette them into tiny tubes that can be stored in the freezer and used for our study. This process can take a while, so I get pretty excited when I finish because my work day is officially done. At this point, I go home and relax after a long day of work. tonight, Nelson and I ate Krispy Kreme donuts and put a candle with the number 8 on it to celebrate the fact that I have received 8 medical school interviews. But I was so proud that my hard work and vulnerability that I displayed in my applications was received pleasantly by admissions. If you guys want a deeper look into how my medical school applications went with interviews or personal statements, comment or give me a thumbs up so that I know you're interested. And that basically concludes my day. Not all days are the same. Sometimes I focus on other studies, or I coordinate follow-ups, or even get to work from home. But I hope this video was a bit helpful in getting a good idea of what a clinical research coordinator can do in a day. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a wonderful day.